Hello, everybody, and welcome to the September Astro and Tarot predictions. I'm Julie from Maison Jupiter, and I'm here with my lovely sister who's going to read the cards for us. Hi, Sophie. How are you?
Hello. I'm really happy to be here. It's a beautiful day. I don't know for you guys, but it's a wonderful change of the season, and I just feel really happy about that change. And September is a great month for me. Let me know if you like September too.
Yeah, me too. Well, it's both of our birthdays during the month of September 1st, September 3rd. So we're going to talk about, we have a new moon right in the middle of our birthdays. And generally, when I looked at the astrology for September, I'm feeling that, well, I like the astrology. I like the energy. I like what I'm seeing so far. I feel like, honestly, August has been whooping my ass, if I can say. It's been really hard. Lots of challenges, lots of delays. And of course, we had Mercury also retrograde. And first good news for September, Mercury is going to be direct. It's moving direct right at the end of August. So finally, I feel like things are going to start moving forward in their natural order, in their natural rhythm. And the other thing that is going to be super interesting in September is that it is the start officially of eclipse season. So the first one is going to be on September 17th, so right in the middle of September. And then we're going to have the second one 2 weeks after on October 2nd. So the second one, we're going to talk about it when we do the October predictions. So we're going to focus on the eclipse we have during the month of September, which is going to be in Pisces. And both of the luminations this month are making T-square, which means there's important decisions that will likely need to be made during the month of September. But the point is Jupiter, so it's not so bad. It's not like a very like as disruptive as we had, let's say, with Uranus, for example. Jupiter will bring, yes, decisions, but it also brings blessings in the end. So I kind of like September. I feel like it's kind of the rewards and answers we've been waiting for.
Mhm.
And if we felt like the energy was stagnant for a while, we were waiting on some responses, let's say things to move forward, I think we're going to have those answers during September. So yay. And how are you feeling intuitively, Sophie, about September before we start?
I just feel this unblocking. I just feel that September is going to be less intense for people, but just things are going to just fall into places. Things are just going to move, but not too fast, not too much. It's just going to fall into places and just a natural flow. So I don't feel that we're going to feel stuck. I don't feel that there is going to be, I know it's eclipse season, but that's just what I'm getting intuitively. We're going to do the cards, but I just feel that we're going to be guided in the right place. Yes, but I'm not getting a huge deal for this eclipse. Let's hope I'm right.
Okay, it's interesting. Maybe because it's in your sign, in your ascendant sign, in your rising sign, Pisces. Maybe you can deal better with those energies. Maybe. Let's see with the cards later on. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but we are testing out a new formula for those Astro and Tarot prediction monthly. So we divided this one into 12 videos for each of the zodiac signs, so you don't have to click on the timestamp for your sign. You can just listen to your own sign. So it takes a little bit more of our time because there's montage, editing that needs to be made. So let us know if you do like this formula, and we'll keep on doing them. So of course you can like this video, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. So that really helps us out, and it gives us the message that you indeed like this new formula, which we hope you do. So first of all, I want to start off by saying a very, very happy solar return to all of the Virgo babies, Libra babies during the month of September. A very happy birthday to all of you. Happy solar return. And we have a very special surprise for you guys that we are starting off this month with the new formula during for the month of September. And as a huge thank you for our beautiful community, We will be giving away one consultation with Sophie to one of our lucky community members that will be celebrating their birthday this month. So we will be starting it right now for the month of September. I already, wrote a message in the community, and a lot of people have answered to participate. And then we will carry on with the same formula every month for all the birthday celebration in our community. So if you would like to join our community to take part in those giveaway every month, you can join for free. That's on maisonjupiter.academy, and you'll see there's lots to share, lots of interesting posts, and we will be also adding some more interesting stuff in the community with like this giveaway that we'll be doing every month. So first thing I wanted to say, and then so drum roll, our winner for September from the community that will be winning a consultation with Sophie, and I just want to show it here. For the beautiful soul who's going to win the consultation, they will have the choice between the tarot reading 1 hour and the past lives reading. So, and of course, if you're not a winner, if you'd like to book with Sophie, you can do so on maisonjupiter.com. All the links will be below in the description box. And don't forget your discount code, which is Jupiter, to get 10% off your next reading. So yes, drum roll, the selected. And then I did not select the winner. The universe did. I used the dice to make sure I was staying very neutral in this process. So our winner is Isa 33 Reed. So she says, hello, MJ family. I am celebrating 55 on September 16. A very happy solar return and birthday for you. For my solar return, I would love to manifest peace, love, and sovereignty to our beautiful planet. I would love to manifest the ability to embrace my purpose and let go of procrastination, self-doubt, poverty mentality. Wishing both Julie and Sophie and all our fellow Virgo babies a wonderful solar birthday. So thank you so much. You are our winner. Very happy for you. So let us know, send us an email. You can find it on the website, and let us know which type of consultation you would like to get with Sophie for your birthday. All right. So that being said, let's start the show with the important dates. So this one is going to be a little different. So we're going to be using the calendar that I made. And if you'd like to download it, it is free download available. So I'll put also the link on the description box below. So I put a legend there for people that are not like super knowledgeable in astrology, so that they can discern what dates are good right away without looking too much into the aspects. So first, when we start September, we'll have, let's say, a lightning bolt here. So expect surprises. Uranus will turn retrograde. And then Pluto will re-enter Capricorn. So for the very last time in our lives. So yes, and whenever Pluto changes sign, we can expect surprises and big events. And then on the 2nd, right in the middle of our 2 birthdays, we have a new moon in Virgo at 11 degrees. So we're going to be talking about this one in just a few seconds. And then we have like here a bunch of square oppositions. So be careful on those days. And then there's a beautiful green heart here on the 11th, Mercury-Mars sextile. And yes, I forgot to say, Sophie, we have a lightning bolt for your birthday. But that can be good surprises. I did not say bad surprises.
I hope so.
And on the 15th, we have a star date. So those are the luckiest date that I put a star there. Venus, Jupiter trine. And then the event of September is going to be the eclipse. So that's a full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Pisces. And we're going to be talking about this one as well. Beautiful trine here on the 19th. And then we have a couple of lightning days where there could be lots of surprises, movement, and especially also because we are in the eclipse window between the 17th and the 2nd of October. And then a beautiful trine here on the 24th. But you can expect between eclipses, as usual, that there are likely going to be lots of surprises. So keep your schedule as open as you can. This is what I do usually in between eclipses, because you never know what's going to come your way. It's not necessarily negative. It's just that we often have to adapt very quickly. And then a beautiful star date here on the 30th. Mercury Kazemi, so the Sun and Mercury go to conjunct. So good news, beautiful announcements, surprises, and the South Node is going to be conjunct also.
So you know what? I'm still optimistic.
You're still optimistic? Yes, me too.
I'm excited that whatever change is coming our way when it's eclipses is going to be a good change. And this is going to be a beautiful month for everybody. So we're going to look in each sign, of course, but
Yeah.
I'm still on it's going to be a good month and things going to fall into places.
Yeah, me too. I 100% agree with you. And I think the changes that are going to be made are definitely destined changes, because we are talking about eclipses, and eclipses deal with destiny. So, and I think if you have been, let's say, actively working on making sure you are centered, you are in your let's say, in your purpose and your values, usually that brings a lot of good energies, especially when we have such karmic signs. Like Pisces is like the karmic rewards coming back to us, and a full moon is a completion. So I'm feeling very optimistic as well. So stay tuned, because in the second part of the video, we're going to be talking about each of the signs in detail. So we're going to be talking about your sign. And of course, you can look at the video for your sun, for your rising sign, and lastly for your moon as well. So you're going to have more complete predictions. And I would say sun and rising are probably going to be the two most accurate predictions that you're going to find there. And I usually listen to both, and you're going to see there's probably a mix of both themes that are going to be happening. So let's start first by talking about this new moon in Virgo at 11 degrees. So I put the same little emojis here so you can refer to the calendar. So it's a new moon, so we don't see it in the sky. And I put a red light there because it's making a T-square, but it's not like I don't see it like as a bad full moon or a new moon, I mean. But things can move. There's likely things are going to be shifting. And it's kind of a similar T-square, and it's a mutable T-square. So maybe things are like in motion. Mutable is changing, it's perfecting, it's letting go. So there's a lot of things in evolution at the moment of this new moon, and it's a very similar T-square that we're going to have at the eclipse. So for me, what that tells me is that this new moon, we're going to be starting things, new moon, new chapter, that are going to lead to a lot of rewards and, let's say, karmic endings and karmic rewards coming at the eclipse. So those two are going to be very, very much in connection. So make sure anything that you start there on this Virgo new moon is really aligned with what you want, with your purpose, with what you wish to manifest in your life, because the eclipse is going to give you, let's say, completion and rewards for what is started there. So I wrote here, a new endeavor requires hard work and important decisions. So both of the lunation of September, I think, are going to be under the theme of making important decisions because of the T-square that points to Jupiter. And both of them have this mutable T-square with like different planets in it. So here the new moon opposes Saturn. Yes, directly. Saturn is at 17 degrees and points to Jupiter at the center of the apex of that T-square. So T-square is tension, lots of tension, but Jupiter is at the apex of the T-square, so it's not so bad, but yes, it requires changes and decisions. And because it's in Virgo, the sign of work, and opposing Saturn, another planet of work and of hard work, that is, I feel like we're going to be adapting to a new way of doing things at work. So the two major themes that could come up during the month of September for both of lunations for me are work, career, and health. because Virgo and Pisces is the axis of health. So I think it's going to be the two main themes that we're going to be having to transform. So adapting to a new way of doing things, adopting a new professional strategy, because Virgo and Saturn equals work. And because it's mutable, we're going to have to perfect things, change things, do things in a different way, work hard, be disciplined, have a routine, have a schedule, have a timeline, streamline our efforts. So all of that stuff is very Virgo and Saturn at the same time. Working hard to create a new revenue stream, because Jupiter is a financial planet. So it will require lots of work. So I'm not gonna lie here, but I think it could also produce very interesting results with Jupiter here. Needing to make decisions regarding anything that's Jupiter. So here I put a list: social media, information, content, traveling, relocation, immigration, because it's Jupiter and Gemini, which is the apex of that T-square. So that's the focal point of the decisions that we're going to have to make. So there could also be a new social media project, a new event, a new online project that needs lots of work and dedication. Virgo and Saturn, facing obstacles, Saturn, delays, but that can be lucrative in the end. It could also talk about perfecting a project, making something better, aiming high, because Jupiter is the arrow. It's the ruler of Sagittarius. So having a goal, aiming high, working hard towards that goal. Or it could also talk about health. So tackling a health issue or imbalance with information and research, because of that Jupiter in Gemini. But I think the good way of doing things is to be a good Virgo, especially for that new moon. So organize yourself and your ideas and your projects like a good Virgo. And this will be likely a preview of the themes coming at the eclipse. So it's time here to put in the work if you want to reap the rewards later on. So Sophie, can we look at the cards for this new moon in Virgo?
Yes.
Or this community?
Interesting. Okay, so those are my oracles, and I will also take some of tarot cards. So one card fell on the floor. Always good. Okay, so let me show you everything that we got. Starting with the oracle, we have releasing, we have purging, and we have communication with this web that is there. So with this, it's exactly as you were saying, Julie, the connection, the preparation, the online presence. It's all of those things of that you mentioned with the social medias and everything. We have also, with this, I'm seeing a lot of people in your network that are going to be helping you in this phase. So your connection, your communication is going to be important. And we are going to not be in Mercury retrograde at that time. So hopefully it's going to be a very positive communication, and I feel it this way. A lot of networking is going to be coming in. Those two cards, the card of purging and release that we started with, it's already done. I think it's what was left behind maybe during the Mercury retrograde or the last month. We're starting fresh with this. We start with a new communication, new intent. So your affirmation are going to be really strong also with this. And you really want to use every people in your network for this. With the card of tarot, we get the Two of Wands. We get the Six of Wands. So a lot of wands so far. And the Knight of Cups. So what we see here is that we could be trying to change things. We can try to have a new also balance. They're trying to have a balance to support this. So they're working together. Again, we have the network, we have a teamwork. They're working together to find a balance for their new reality. So the Two of Wands right there is going to be, okay, so we released stuff that didn't work in the past. Now, how can we bring something new that is stronger, that has more balance, and hopefully letting go of everything that didn't work in the past with our new knowledge. The Six of Wands is there to tell you that you're going to be having the rewards. So everything that you're starting is going to get you the rewards and the success that you really hope. But you have to use your affirmation, your vision, and your communication in all form to really continue to have this vision in your mind, to manifest it, to get the best rewards, because you can amplify those rewards using communication and your vibration to get more. The Knight of Cups is telling me that you're going to have a lot more of connection with what you create, because it's going to come from the heart, and it's going to be stronger in your life, because your vibration is going to be full of love, full of positivity. So it's just going to amplify everything you're creating from that center of your heart.
Wow. And it's so interesting that you got the two first cards as detox and purging, because it's not detox, it's something else.
It's purge and release, but you're right. I was thinking about detox too.
Because Virgo rules detox and letting go of, like, in your body, in your work, like making sure you are focusing on the right stuff. And Saturn is like the planet that likes to simplify, likes to release what's not necessary. So I feel like, although it's a new moon, there's an element to it, if we look at the cards, that is still also in like streamlining, simplifying, letting go of what no longer works in work and in health, which makes a lot of sense with the archetype of Virgo.
Absolutely.
Wow. Okay. Well, you gave me a lot of reassurance because it's falling directly on my sun. So let's hope for the best. And now we're going to be talking about the event of the month of September. So this is going to be the eclipse. And with eclipses, usually we feel it about a month before and about a month after the eclipse season. So from, let's say, late mid-August until beginning of November is going to be the orb of influence of the changes ushered by the period of eclipses. So they always come in pairs, and this time it's a full moon eclipse, and after the second one is going to be a new moon eclipse. So meaning that on September 17th, we are in the release, purge, detox mode still. And it's interesting that you got that for the new moon. So I think it's going to be like a major theme for September. And then 2 weeks later, we have a new moon eclipse, which is going to be very light, I love the energy of the second eclipse. So I think first, before we can really start fresh with the second eclipse, we need to release stuff. So this is kind of what this eclipse tells us. And eclipses usually, for people that didn't hear us talk about eclipses before, usually they usher big changes in our lives. So big events. So that can be, let's say, a change in location, you move, you get in a relationship, you leave a relationship, you get a new job, you go to a wedding, you get married, you have kids, or you become a grandparent. So any kind of big lifetime milestone is usually in the eclipse season. So that's what the eclipses are here. And because they are close to the nodes of the moon, so they trigger our destined path. So usually those things are more linked to karma and destiny than our free will. And sometimes we like to joke around, Sophie and I, and we say, even if you'd like to hide behind a rock during an eclipse because you don't want to face like all the changes that they bring, it's not going to work. It's still going to affect you in some way. But that doesn't mean it's negative. Of course, that can be beautiful stuff happening. But with this one, I don't know. So I can't wait to see with the cards, to be honest. Because first of all, the meaning of a full moon is a closure, a completion, an ending, letting go. An eclipse is like a full moon on steroids. So it's like 3 times the power of a regular full moon. And then Pisces is the sign associated with endings, with karma, with the end of a cycle. So we kind of have 3 signifying factors that tells us that it's going to be a big karmic chapter ending in our lives. So whatever it is, and we're going to talk about the sign individually after. So you're going to know in what house it's going to activate, so you have more clues of that, what that can pertain to. So, okay, this one is interesting. So the lunar eclipse, so the moon will be conjunct Neptune, so the ruler of Pisces, so the ruler of the sign it's in. So like another element that tells us that karma, past lives, the past, also clearing, letting go is going to be very, very much emphasized. And then the moon will be between Neptune and Saturn. So Saturn is the other planet of karma. So as you can see, ending of a big karmic chapter, Pisces and Saturn rule karma. And that can be very positive. Let's say you're really done with something, with a certain experience that you keep repeating from lifetime to lifetime. So this is kind of the ultimate, thank you very much, leave my life, thank you. Let's go on to the next chapter. Jupiter can bring long-awaited karmic rewards that you had to work hard for, because it's still making this mutable T-square that we had at the previous Virgo new moon. So because it's close to Saturn, it's closer to Neptune, but still Saturn is an orb for the conjunction. So it can bring obstacles, delays, challenges. Also, Saturn wants to make sure that whatever you're starting next in your life is realistic, but also has a long-term potential. So that's why some things may not or may work with Saturn. And then you're going to be able to see the results of your hard work and the results coming at this full moon eclipse, because it's a completion. It's where we can see the rewards of our hard work. Is equivalent to the amount of work you put in. And because it's Jupiter that's being the focal point of this T-square, it has to be aligned with your moral. And you have to play by the rules because Saturn is involved. So karma, morality, and hard work are like the ingredients of success for reaping the rewards here at this full moon eclipse. For other people, it could be more of a health theme coming up at the last new moon in Virgo that we had that needs your attention in order to bring awareness and healing. A lot of past life themes, I think, will be coming up for healing and letting go. And Neptune is the planet of forgiveness and letting go and connecting to source and God and the universe. So we're going to be asked to let's say, be our higher self, to forgive and let go. And on that note, if you'd like to know what you're going to be liberating, you can also book with Sophie for the past lives consultation. I will be doing so for sure, especially with that, because I want to reap the rewards. I'm tired of seeing, let's say, the same past lives karmic loop coming in my life. So as I said, there is still this mutable T-square. We have the sun on one side. On the other side, we have the moon, Neptune, Saturn, and then Jupiter is at the apex of that T-square. So again, this theme of making an important decision regarding a Jupiterian theme. So also that could be regarding the house that it's in your case. So look where Gemini is falling. So it could be around finances, investments, learning, teaching, traveling, relocating, immigration, international affairs, justice, and legal affairs. So a few of the things that Jupiter rules here. So that could be something important that comes in your life. You have to make a decision. You have to think about the future, Jupiter. You have to see things from a bigger perspective. So with every eclipse, be open to change, stay flexible, and especially because we have a mutable T-square. So mutable is all about change. So another double whammy here on the theme of change, and then being able to see the bigger picture with whatever comes into our lives. Also, we will be asked to let go of what needs to leave our lives at this time. So that being said, I can't wait for you, Sophie, to let us know with the cards. What are you seeing?
Let's see what we have. And we have Purge.
Wow.
And it's not even the same card. Okay, interesting.
Interesting.
We have unpredictable.
Yes.
And we have divine timing. This is like keywords for those kind of events. Let's see with tarot cards before I show you everything that I have. King of Swords, the Hangman, which is Pisces energy, by the way. The Hangman is Pisces energy. And Three of Cups. So let me show you what we have. So this is the card that is named Fever, and it says sick, tired, and purge with King of Sword underneath. So yes, with what you were saying about health, it can be health related also with this eclipse, where you can have finally an answer on what you have. If it was karmic or from a past life, what you're suffering from, mental health, physical health, you could have a release or just understanding on what it is in your body. And I have chills for this. It's very, very connected. Your energy field can create stuff that are becoming physical. So with this, this topic of past life and karmic retribution, you can finally have something that is removed, purge from you. The King of Swords for me represents also surgeon. So if you do need a surgery, you could have some news about it. Overall, I'm feeling that it's a very positive energy, but just to cover the full spectrum, for a little percentage of the people watching, you can learn that somebody is starting an illness. So, or you can learn that someone is going under the surgery. So this could be options also when it is an eclipse. The card in the middle, it's my card of trouble. It says outside of the box, rebel, and unpredictable, which is completely normal to see when we have an eclipse. The card underneath is the Hangman. Everything, those things together means that you're not going to be in an action with this. You don't have any power saying otherwise. It says that you're not going to be in power. You're not going to be able to do a lot about what is coming. It's going to be unpredictable, and things are already settled. So it's in the universe. Universe wants to help you, have already decided what is going to be your eclipse and what needs to be removed for you to be in your best path for the next portion of your life, for the next chapter for you. So you're not going to have to take action for what is to come. It is already there. You don't hold a lot of power. The card about Pisces is your power relies on how you react to it, and you will need to realize that the bigger picture makes that any change that is coming at that time is going to be a good one. But it's going to possibly be uncomfortable if you are trying to hold on to it too tightly. The last card that we have is divine timing, because yes, those things are divine intervention and they come at a divine timing in our lives. And it's a Three of Cups. So we can have celebration, we can have a wedding, we can have reconnection, rekindling the flame with this. It's not just bad stuff that are there. It could be really beautiful, beautiful energy. You need to know that there is good stuff that are coming through, but it can be unpredictable. So the key word of all of this is really trust the divine. Try to work on your vibration to manifest the best version of it, and whatever comes, stay in a high vibration and really focus on your words, because your words are really powerful and you want to understand that whatever is coming is really good for you. So continue to say I trust in the universe and it will be good for me.
Wow, I love that. And I also wanted to say I got a kind of a download while you were talking. Of course, this kind of conjunction of planets is also not, let's say, the best one for the immune system, especially for the eclipse. So I just want to say, if something comes up, especially at the new moon in Virgo, which deals with health, with natural health, if you see, like, let's say my immune system feels a bit weak, I'm starting to get sick. So this is the time to take your vitamins, to really have a good, healthy routine, to make sure that your grounded, prepare for anything that comes up for the eclipse. Because let's say if we start already the eclipse season feeling tired, feeling, it's kind of easy to feel under the weather with this conjunction of planets and whatever, let's say, the powers that be or were have in mind for the planet.
Yeah, and I would add to it that help also your elderly. So the people that are more advanced in age than you around you may need some support or some vitamins also, or anything that is just a boost, because Saturn rules older people. And I think Pisces does too, if I'm not mistaken. So we need to just watch yourself, your energy, especially from a 5D point of view with those cards. So especially your vibration, because it's connected with Pisces, and because we have this hangman of 5D energy, but also if you can help the people who are elderly around you.
All right. Thank you, Sophie, for that. And also, I wanted to add that eclipse season means big changes in the collective. We talked more about the personal side of things. I'm going to make like separate astrology video for the collective, but in our personal lives, eclipses is usually where we need guidance the most, when we need to listen to our own intuition, our own guidance system the most. And of course, I personally like to book an appointment with my sister, because she gives me kind of, let's say, a couple of different scenarios that could happen later on, so I could choose kind of what timeline I want to go on. What can I do to, let's say, better a situation? So that's something I personally like to do. But of course, the best thing you can do is also do it for yourself, right, Sophie?
Absolutely.
Sophie has put up an awesome new course, which is all about learning tarot. And this is our favorite tool, Sophie and I, to, let's say, connect with our intuition to get answers, whatever question we have. And sometimes we have like very 3D questions. And like, let's say, doing this new formula for this show, we pulled some cards and we're like, yes, I think that's the way to go for, let's say, embracing the changes and the evolution and our path ahead for Maison Jupiter. So you can really ask questions about anything in your life, and the tool, there's many different tools you can use to listen to your higher self, your intuition, but that's the one that we know the most, right, Sophia?
Yeah, absolutely. And this course is a little bit different from the others. I really want you to have fun with this one. I really want to use the imagery. And I'm showing you a new way of learning the card that is intuitive, it is fun, it is easy. I'm using lots of examples from many decks, so you can have fun and using many decks. And it's going to be also focused on understanding the cards and the keywords, but I'm giving you my own personal technique, all of my little secrets, so it can come naturally from you, and you can rely on what is in front of you and not having to go with your logic. So this is fun, this is easy, and from the feedback that I have when I teach that particular technique, it's really fast learning. And from there, you can switch with any decks and you are in your full control. This is giving you a lot of power in your life.
And especially to go through like big periods of transitions like the eclipses, where we have to shift, we have to stay flexible, we have to embrace new paths, embrace new ways of doing stuff. So that can be like a really important validation, if you can connect back to your intuition and be like, okay, this is the right decision. Am I on the right path? With whatever area in your life. So this first one, I love your technique, Sophie. I think most people are visual. Most people are very intuitive, especially in this community. So looking at a lot of visuals, symbols from different decks. So you teach how to use the deck they want and learn to really easily discern like all the different messages from the deck. So I feel like it's a really Pisces rising approach, which I love. And we have a special launch promo for this tarot course, which is a 50% off. So we're not going to have the discount soon. And the discount code is tarot50 to get 50% off. So that's going to be for a limited time only until September 1st. So until your birthday. So really, we're putting those videos before the month of September. So make sure you take advantage of that promo. So thank you so much, Sophie. So let's look at the different 12 zodiac signs. Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's look at your September predictions. We have Edmund who wants to say hi to all of you Cancers. So first of all, we'll have a new moon in the sign of Virgo on September 2nd. And for you Cancers, it's going to activate your... Oh, I don't have the right wheel for you. Give me a few seconds. Yes, that's the wheel I was looking for. So we have a new moon in the sign of Virgo, and that's going to activate your third house of communication, friends, siblings, projects, travels. So in Virgos connected to work, we'll have Saturn in opposition, also connected to hard work, discipline. So for most Cancers, it's going to feel like a new work project that might be in collaboration with other people, especially small groups, because that's what the third house rules. Or it could be a new project involving marketing, writing, speaking, social media accounts, or a project regarding social media. So that could be something along those lines for Cancers. And if that's the case, you will have to put in more work than usual. There could be higher expectations because of that opposition to Saturn, the big Saturn in the ninth house here. Or it could be like a demanding boss or a demanding editor in the ninth house if you are writing something, for instance. But Saturn can be a good planet to push us to really achieve the best work possible. It's just going to require more efforts. For other Cancers, and I feel like most of you are going to start a new course, a new learning experience. If you'd like to learn tarot, we just have a new course that we just launched. So look in the description box. But I feel like it's going to be a new learning experience for most Cancers. And there is a danger here to not feel good enough, not feel talented enough with that big Saturn opposing this third house. But whatever you're starting, just be mindful that there are, let's say, limiting beliefs because it's in the ninth house, stuff that you've carried on from many different lifetimes, that you're not good enough, that you're not deserving enough, that whatever you're doing, you're kind of an imposter in whatever you're doing. So Saturn is this big energy that we're all facing at the moment, but for you Cancers, it's going to feel more psychological. And it's touching more of your limiting beliefs. So you'll have to work through that, but I'm pretty sure you guys can do a great job. So just keep in mind that whatever you're starting, whatever you want to learn, whatever you want to experience, you're going to have to, let's say, pass the test of Saturn. So even though you don't feel, let's say, talented enough, good enough, you have to carry on. You have to do it again. Saturn is a planet of repetition, is a planet that requires discipline. So do it every day, even if some days you don't feel good about it. Some days, so you get the drift here. So Saturn will impose tests. And also, the one thing you can really do to help, especially for that new moon, is asking your spirit guides to help you release old limiting beliefs. And those are likely coming from past lifetimes because we have lots of energy there with the eclipse. So it's going to start show up in the new moon in the beginning of September. Also meditating. Go ahead.
Sorry about this. It's really interesting what you just said. I just brought our mom, that is Cancer, to her course, something that is linked with spirituality. And she was doubting herself the whole time. And now you're bringing that up. I just want to clarify because that could be useful for some Cancer out there that are going to go through this similar energy. from the external point of view, everybody was clapping at her, saying that she was doing an amazing job, and she truly was. So if you feel like this, Cancer, during the month of September, continue to practice and maybe ask from external point of view, because most likely you're doing an amazing job. You're just doubting yourself.
I love that. Thank you, Sophie, for bringing that up. And yes, I was thinking also about her when I was looking at the astrology part of it. Thank you so much for that comment. And yes, I feel like Saturn is going to test all of us this month, because it's going to oppose the new moon, and then it's going to conjunct the full moon eclipse. So there's a lot of Saturnian energies, but especially for Cancers, because it is such like in a psychological house. But also the ninth house is a really beautiful protected house where you can ask for help, you can ask your spirit guides. It's also connected to this expansion of consciousness. So there's like a huge potential to let those limiting beliefs behind you and work in this direction at the time of especially the new moon, and then the full moon, you're going to start to see results. Also, you could want to meditate surrounding your limiting beliefs. So although it doesn't really sound super fun, I think that's like one of the best thing you can do to really transcend those limiting beliefs, because coming at the full moon eclipse, you're going to see the results of what you started at this new moon in Virgo. So put in the work now, and you'll feel very proud of yourself then. Also, you could be making some travel plans or traveling, or yeah, because we have the new moon in the third house, so which is kind of planning. So stay flexible with the dates, because there is still this mutable T-square in both of the new moon and the full moon. So lots of like things that could move. But if you make like flexible plans, let's say you can change your travel tickets if there's anything, I think that's a great date to do so. And then 2 weeks later, September 17, we're gonna have the main event of September, which is the full moon eclipse in the sign of Pisces. And for you, Cancer, it's going to start activating the ninth third house axis with the eclipses, meaning you're gonna see huge transformation in the way that you see things, in your mind, in your spirituality, in the perspective you have on life, in also in your experiences, learning, teaching. So third house and ninth house is the information axis. It's the teaching, learning axis. This is where we want to travel to open our minds. We want to see other people, connect with other cultures. So starting in September for the next 2 years, you're going to see huge transformation in those areas. You're going to be thinking like a brand new person after this set of eclipses. So first of all, I think you're the luckiest sign for this eclipse, because you're going to have this eclipse that is kind of rough in terms of energy, of letting go, kind of a death, something that dies in our lives, but it's in your ninth house, a very protected house. So although it really connects with letting go of a lot of past lives patterns that are no longer serving us, I think you can also have sudden access to ancient wisdom, spiritual truths, and knowing who, also bringing back from past life who you were, what kind of gifts you had. So I think you're going to be able to really see the good side of, let's say, letting go, dealing with purging past lives, but also getting the good out of it. If you do feel the urge to travel somewhere, I also I would advise you to listen to that urge, and you will likely, let's say, release past life memories from this specific location where you're being guided to. It's also a great time to do some spiritual travels or retreats that will help you release limiting beliefs, that will help you expand your consciousness, your experience. It could also be, for some Cancers, the end of a course, the end of a learning experience. And there's a lot of healing potential for, let's say, an experience, a spiritual retreat, a practice. So having a healing treatment will be really, really good around that time. or meet with someone that can help you transcend, let's say, past lives, limiting belief. Ninth house is very psychological in essence. And also you could let go of some conditioning, limiting beliefs that no longer need, you no longer need around this time. So let me know, Sophie, what you see with the cards for our beautiful Cancers for the month of September.
We have the card of focus. So a lot of learning experience. It's showing up as an experience that is going to help body and mind, but it's an art that has a lot of discipline that we can see here on the card. So the focus is also going to be requiring that you have specific time in your schedule dedicated with repetition. So multiple times, maybe a week or month, depending on what it is, to really dedicate yourself to this new learning or expanding on it that you already have. You can also be teaching, but this is really something that you need to focus on. And I'm seeing a lot of detox of the screen, a lot of detox of maybe going to places where it's crowded. I'm seeing a lot of detox of distraction mainly with this for this month. So if you're traveling, it's most likely to be a travel where you're going to be in maybe calmer places, or maybe somewhere you can ground, or somewhere you can learn in the travel. And let's see with 2 cards of tarot. We have 9 of Wands right there. And the next card is, we have 3 of Swords. Underneath the deck, I'm going to take it just because I feel it's linked with you. We have the Fool. So let me just explain what I'm getting from those two. So let's start with the 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands represents often that you are near the end of something, but you are currently almost at the end. So you're exhausted because you have tried many times. What is really strange with this particular version is that behind those wands, we have a lion. I'm feeling like you are holding on to, you're holding back. Is it the right way to say that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, on some power that you have. So this illusion that you're not powerful, it's actually hidden behind your day-to-day that is taking too much from you, this distraction that is taking too much from you. So that's why we have this focus to release distraction that are making you feel like you're exhausted, not good enough, or that making you feel like you are failing or you're going to fail. Maybe that's people, maybe that's places, maybe that's energy, maybe that's even music. Sometimes we have to just go through what we are listening to, what is entering your mind, and really saying, those are powerful words, that there are also negative words, let me release that and remove this. So there is a real powerful energy there, but it's hidden behind some very, I would say, tired energy and exhausted energy. And we have 3 of Swords that is next. So it's the same kind of vibration with the 3 of Swords, harsh for words that are being said from either within you to yourself, or from external things, maybe from past life that are stuck with you, or this current life, whatever it is. We are removing this energy this month, Cancers, with a lot of focus and dedication. And it's an art, right? It's ask of you a lot of discipline to really concentrate on what you want to go and what you want to be. And I took this card, even though I just read 2 cards this month each, because this is a new start. You are releasing the old and entering the new.
Wow. I love that. I hope you find this as positive as I do, because I feel like a lot of auto-sabotage. I don't know.
Self-destruction.
Yeah, well, it's like more subtle than that, because I feel like it's psychological for Cancers, but I feel like you're gonna be letting go of like the way you talk to yourself, as you were saying, Sophie, with the cards. A lot of limiting beliefs, limiting thoughts that you didn't even know you had. It was like very subtle, but very let's say negative in your life, and maybe you weren't even aware how it was sabotaging some aspects of your life. So I feel like it's going to be so liberating for Cancers, And then with the series of eclipses, and the next eclipse in October is going to be beautiful, you're going to be able to open up a whole new chapter in your third house. So you're going to feel like a totally new Cancer, a totally new being. So I find that it's such a beautiful eclipse to go through, especially for you Cancers. So of course, those are general predictions, but if you'd like to get your own one-on-one consultation with Sophie, you can do so on maisonjupiter.com. The links will be down below. And of course, don't forget to enter Jupiter as your discount code to get 10% off your next reading. And you'll have the choice between your tarot reading, the 1-hour tarot reading, and also the 1-hour past lives reading if you'd like to get more into what you can release, but also what you can bring back as a strength from past lives. And if you enjoy this new formula, and we hope you guys did, please make sure to give us some comments down below. And of course, don't forget to like this video and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Have a beautiful month of September, Cancers, and we'll see you very, very soon. Bye, everybody.